Hey everybody, I'm Rousseau and I do a little work here and there. I'm doing things in a slightly different order this week, so it looks like you're back in the Ready Ward. And today we are talking about making a Street Bowl pitch. Street Bowl is a variant rule set for Blood Bowl, and we're going to try to do this cheap and quick. So this is the only thing that I bought. It is Grip Magic Cover Grip Liner from Dollar General, and it cost me $1. It is in the color Alloy, which is basically a medium gray, perfect for a street. And for that $1, you get a 1 foot by 5 foot roll, or 30.48 centimeters by 1.52 meters, which is more than enough. If you roll it out, you'll notice it has a repeated sort of web-like pattern. It's some sort of spongy material, and it holds on to minis fairly well. Small minis, large minis, and for our purposes, it's large enough to have a little bit of a margin all the way around. And as a matter of fact, it could work just as easily for other scales, but we're going to stick to Blood Bowl, which is 28 millimeter. What are you going to do? So a Street Bowl pitch is the same length as a standard Blood Bowl pitch, so 26 squares including the end zones, but it's only 7 squares wide, 3 in the center, 2 in each wide zone. We have a foot of material left to right, so 1.5 inch squares will work perfectly. That's like 38 millimeters, give or take. So I've made myself a cardstock template where the 10.5 inches for 7.5 inch squares are centered and little lines are drawn on there. And I put little notches to help me keep the little plus marks that I'm putting at the corners of all the spaces more or less even. So the margins on this end up being 3/4 of an inch. When you get the roll, the end of it is going to be cut uneven, so I just started a few inches in. And I'm going to be drawing all those lines with a Sharpie marker. It sticks pretty well to this material, so I think when they say non-stick, they mean foodstuffs, because Sharpie marker, that stuff sticks. So off camera, I've done the heavy lifting. It probably took an hour and a half or 2 hours. Of course, I wasted a lot of time. And you can see it still rolls up just fine. On the back, I've labeled it Street Bowl 1.5 inch grid 2015, and I put a little R there just so you know it's from me. And that is one nice thing about this material. As long as you aren't too heavy-handed, you could write on one side and you won't be able to see it from the other. And I did have a little bit of a concern that all of the holes in the material would make it difficult to see the little plus marks and I guess some of the other lines that are on here, but it turns out that's not really much of a concern. You can put it on light or dark colored materials, and as long as your lines aren't penciled thin, you should be fine. But yeah, that's basically it. Not a very long video, but not a very difficult craft. And it will definitely do until I can make something more detailed. And you can decide for yourself. Is it worth $1 for 2 or 3 hours? I don't know about you, but I think, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You can set it up real quick, get to playing, I guess. So expect more Street Bowl stuff later in the week. And until then, you have been watching The Ready Ward on Rousseau Works, and I am Rousseau, out.